shut soft, but it called me empty. Your echo stayed, I couldn't sleep. Your footsteps faded down the hall, like I was nothing after all. The room went cold, the clock stood still. My breath felt heavier than guilt. I said your name and lost its sound, just staring shadows all around. I waited for the world to speak, but nothing answered back to me. I spoke to silence after you left, and knew my sins and knew my regrets. Oh, the wind was humming through the broken pines, like it knew my name but forgot the time. Headlights flicker on a midnight grave, and the radio sings like a ghost I saved. There's a bottle half dead on the passenger seat, and a map that's folded where the edges meet. I swear I saw heaven on the same old road, but it vanished fast when the cold wind blew. I left my home when the skies turned black, with a pocket full of dust and no way back. Mama said, boy, don't trust that road. It takes your name and leaves your soul. But I laughed like fire in a summer storm, said I'd outrun every shape I was born. So I kissed goodbye to the porch light glow, and I followed where the wild winds go. The tires screamed on the gravel night, like they knew the truth I was trying to hide. Every mile felt just the same, like a loop confession without a name. I saw a preacher at a gas station light, said, son, you're drifting out of sight. But his eyes were hollow, his hands were cold, like he'd been driving this road too long to hold. This is a road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear I hear my name in the wind, but the road just bends and begins again. I met a man with a rusted car, said he used to chase every falling star. Now he counts the cracks in his worn-out dash, like the memories that fade too fast. He said, son, don't trust the yellow signs, they lie in shadows and crooked lines. Every promise here is a buried lie, every goodbye just learns to lie. We shared a drink by the roadside ditch, where the water hummed like a broken switch. He said, I've been here since I don't know when, and I knew I'd see him again and again. The moon was a bruise in a tired sky, as I watched my reflection pass me by, and it winked like it knew what I'd become, a ghost with a tank that's never full of sun. This is the road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear I hear my name in the wind, but the road just bends and begins again. There was a town that I almost knew, with a church bell ringing through the blue, but the doors were locked and the windows cracked, like they'd seen too many souls pass by. A woman stood with a cigarette burn, said every traveler never learns. They think they're running from what they are, but they're just circling the same damn scars. She touched my hand and it turned to dust, like everything here forgets to think she was gone, like smoke, just a voice inside, but the silence spoke. I tried to stop, but the wheels won't break. They keep on dragging me night and day. The engine moans like a dying hymn as the edges of the world grow thin. I see my house in the rearview glass, but it flickers like it was never my past. Just a trick of light, just a borrowed dream, slipping away at the seams between. This is the road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear I hear my name in the wind, but the road just bends and begins again. The door shuts off, but it cold me empty. Your echo stayed, I couldn't sleep. Your footsteps faded down the hall, like I was nothing after all. The room went cold, the clock stood still. My breath felt heavier than guilt. I said your name and lost its sound, just staring shadows all around. The morning broke in broken light, through stained glass stained with last night's fight. The wind stood still, the world stood bare, like it knew what wasn't there. And far away, too faint to be, a bell that rings too late for me. A hollow sound, a fading fate. The church bells rang too late. I walked the road that led me back, through ash and gravel faded tracks, where every step I tried to take still carried what I couldn't shake. The church stood tall but looked away, like it had nothing left to say. The doors were shut but I could hear the echo of a buried prayer. The pews were empty, cold and torn, like they had long since been forlorn. And every cross upon the wall looked like it couldn't stand at all. I knelt down slow in silent dread, with all the words I never said, and every breath I tried to keep just sank down deeper into me. The church bells rang too late for me, when truth was already buried deep. No holy hand, no saving grace could reach me in that empty place. Oh, I tried to call out through the night, but nothing came to set it right. And every sin I tried to fake still echoes in the steps I take. The preacher's book lay open wide, with pages burned and black inside, like someone tried to write again a truth that wouldn't fit in sin. The altar cracked beneath the weight of promises it couldn't make, and every candle burned too low, like even faith refused to glow. I saw my name carved in the wood, not how it was, but how it should have ended long before. I take. I walked outside where shadows grew, like they were waiting there for you. And in the wind I swore I heard a final broken whispered word. Not judgment sharp, not wrath or flame, just everything I can't reclaim. A weight that doesn't leave or fade, just settles in the things I made. The bells rang once then died again, like mercy only comes at 10. But I was gone before they tried to pull me back from what I died. It ain't the church that saves your soul, it's what you do when you lose control. And every step you try to take is either truth or mistaken. Bells don't ring to change the past, they only echo things that last. Too late to heal, too late to save, just sound above an empty grave. The church bells rang too late that day, when everything had gone away. No light returns, no sin is undone once the silence has begun. No, I tried to stand, I tried to pray, but nothing here would lead the way. And every truth I can't escape still rings long after fate. Now I don't wait for morning's call, I stand beneath where shadows fall. No past to fix, no truth to gain, just echoes ringing through my name. And if you ever hear that sound through empty sky or hollow ground, don't listen long, don't hesitate, or the church bells will ring too late. The bell still swings but makes no sound, just moving there, no sacred ground. And I remain where truth won't wait, where church bells ring too late. There's a road past the ridge where the fog don't lift, and a lantern swings like a hanging gift. No one lives there, that's what they say, but the light still burns at the end of the way. I was dared as a kid just to walk that line past the fence where the crosses lean out of time. Heard a voice in the hush of the pines that night say, keep coming, you're almost right. And the closer I got, the colder it turned, like the dark itself had something to learn. That lantern still burns in the dead of night, through the fog and the guilt and the fading light. Every step I take, it draws me in, like it knows every scar beneath my skin. Hear it crackle low, like a voice half known from a place I swore I'd never go. I don't stop, I don't turn, I just follow where that lantern burns. There's a cabin there with a crooked frame, and a door that moves like it speaks your name. No wind outside, but it sways and groans like it's breathing slow through hollow bones. I pushed it wide and the fire was lit, though the hearth was cold and the ash unfit. And a chair rocked back like someone just stood, but there ain't no one in that wood. And the lantern dimmed when I stepped inside, like it knew I had nowhere to hide. That lantern still burns in the dead of night, through the fog and the guilt and the fading light. Every step I take, it draws me in, like it knows every scar beneath my skin. Hear it crackle low, like a voice half known from a place I swore I'd never go. I don't stop, I don't turn, I just follow where that lantern burns. There's a journal left on a splintered desk, filled with names and a single request. Don't trust the light when it calls you near, but the last few pages just disappear. And I saw my name in a shaking line, written fresh like it wasn't time, with a date that matched this very night, and a note that read, "Don't fight the light." And the walls leaned close like they heard me breathe, every shadow moved like it wanted me, and the flame grew tall without a spark, casting shapes that crawled in the dark. I tried to leave, but the door was gone, just the endless glow pulling me on. Every step felt less like it was mine, like I crossed some unseen line, and the lantern spoke without a sound. You were lost before you were found. Now I stand outside in the drifting gray, watching strangers walk that same old way. I see their fear when the light appears, but it fades real quick when it draws them near. And I try to shout, but no voice comes out, just a silent scream wrapped in doubt. Guess I'm part of what I once outran, just a keeper of the flame I can't understand. That lantern still burns, and now I see it ain't just a light, it's a memory. Every soul it takes leaves a trace behind, in the flicker of a broken mind. Hear it whisper low, you're not alone, but it means you're never going home. I don't live, I don't learn, I just stay where the lantern burns. That lantern still burns, and it always will. Through the hollow dark on that silent hill, every name it takes gets carved in flame, till there's nothing left but a ghost and a name. If there's mercy, it don't shine here, just a glow built out of fear. I don't leave, I return to the fire that forever burns. So if you see that light through the fog one night, don't believe it's leading you right. Don't step close, don't feel that pull, 'cause it don't guide, it just makes you full of every fear you try to outrun, till you stand there still and become another flame in the lantern that never goes out. There's a silo standing where the farmland died, with a rusted door and a hollow inside. Used to hold the harvest, golden and clean. Now it holds something no one's seen. I was working late when the sun went down, heard a scraping sound from the edge of town, like nails on tin or a voice too thin, calling something buried deep within. And the dust rose slow like it had a pulse, like it knew my name, like it knew my faults. There's a shadow in the grain, it's calling me through the rot and the rust and the memory. Every step I take, it grows more clear, like it's been waiting all these years. Hear it breathing low in the hollow steel, like it knows exactly what I conceal. I don't turn, I don't explain, I just walk toward the shadow in the grain. There's a ladder bent up the inner wall, where the echoes stretch and the whispers crawl. I climbed halfway, then I froze in place, saw a shape shift slow in the empty space. It moved like smoke, but it held its ground, like a living thing without a sound. And I swear it was something close to my face, just twisted wrong, out of place. And the air went thick like it sealed me in, like the silo fed on the things within. There's a shadow in the grain, it's calling me through the rot and the rust and the memory. Every step I take, it grows more clear, like it's been waiting all these years. Hear it breathing low in the hollow steel, like it knows exactly what I conceal. I don't turn, I don't explain, I just walk toward the shadow in the grain. There's a carving deep in the metal skin, just a name and a date worn thin. I brushed it clean with a shaking hand, and it matched the mark from another land, from a place I swore I'd never speak, from a night so dark it made me weak. And the deeper I stared, the more I knew that the shadow there had always been me too. And the walls closed in with a heavy sound, like the past itself was circling round. Every breath I took turned dry and slow, like I'd crossed somewhere I shouldn't go. I tried to climb, but the rungs gave way, sent me sliding down into black decay. Hit the floor where the dust ran deep, but the ground beneath me didn't keep it. Shifted, moved, began to breathe like a living thing beneath the debris. And the voice came through, low and plain: you don't leave what you've sustained. Now I wander fields that no one tends, with a hollow stare that never bends. I see that silo in every dream, with that same low hum, that same dark gleam. And I feel it grow in the back of my mind, like a second self I can't unwind. If I had a soul, it'd split in two. One stayed there, and the other grew. There's a shadow in the grain, and it wears my face in a twisted form I can't erase. Every step I take just feeds it more, like it's pulling me back to that rusted door. Hear it whisper low through the empty land: you were never more than what I planned. I don't fight, I don't complain, I just feed the shadow in the grain. There's a shadow in the grain, it don't let go, it just grows beneath everything you know. Every lie you tell, every truth you hide, turns into the thing you keep inside. If there's mercy, it don't grow here, just a harvest made out of fear. I don't live, I remain, split in half by the shadow in the grain. If you pass that silo out in the dust, where the fields gave up and the crops all rust, don't step near, don't call its name, 'cause it ain't just dark, it's something you became. And once it sees what you've tried to contain, you won't walk out from the shadow in the grain.
Something waiting in the air, but every cloud went still and thin, like it was folding inward in. No trumpet sound, no angel call, just silence pressing on it all. I stood beneath that broken light, where day feels almost like the night, and every breath I tried to take felt like it might begin to break. The clouds were lined in silver gray, like they had something left to say, but all at once they pulled away, like they had nothing
where the light would end. The birds all stopped mid-flight and froze, like even wings forgot their pose. And every sound that used to live had nothing left to give. The horizon bent in folding lines, like truth was breaking into signs. And in that moment, cold and wide, I felt something that died inside. Not thunder, wrath, or burning flame, just absence learning how to claim the space where hope was meant to stay before it turned away. The silence grew, it filled the span, like it was part of some bigger plan. And every second passing through refused to see me too. I saw heaven close its doors on me and leave the world to what would be. No final word, no hand to save, just emptiness above the grave. Oh, I tried to stand, I tried to kneel, but nothing there would ever feel. And every step I try to make just echoes in the break. The light went out, but not tonight. More like it chose to leave the side. And everything I thought was true became a shade I walked into. No judgment came, no final call, just nothing answering at all. And in that absence, sharp and clear, I learned what I had feared, that even heaven turns away from what it cannot stay. And all I am is standing where there used to be a prayer. It ain't the sky, it ain't the gate, it's everything we call our fate. Every hope we try to set still meets the same dead end. And heaven don't always remain, sometimes it forgets the name of every soul that stands below and lets them go. I saw heaven close its doors for me, and I don't think I'm still free. No light above, no truth beneath, just silence where there used to be. Oh, I tried to reach, I tried to pray, but it turned its face away. And every breath I try to find still closes in my mind. Now I don't look up anymore, I walk where silence is the floor. No hope to keep, no faith to prove, just what I cannot move. And if you ever see that sky where light just quietly dies, don't call its name, don't beg it stay, or you'll see it turn a mind. The world goes on, the night runs thin, but something never lets me in. And I remain where echoes pour from heaven closing its doors. Rusted chains rattling the pale moonlight. Every ghost has a story to defend.
steps leading anywhere. The sky hangs low in silent gray, like it forgot the light of day. The ground is still untouched alone. No carved out grief, no marked out stone. Just empty earth where nothing grows, and something buried no one knows. Without a sign, no name to read, no cross to find. Just a patch of dirt turned cold and bare, like even death won't settle there. They said don't ask, don't look too deep. Some things are better left asleep. But silence has a way of pulling at the truth it keeps from showing. My hand shook as I knelt down low to touch the soil no one would know. And in that moment something stirred, not a sound, not quite a word. The air grew tight, the light grew thin, like I had stepped too far within a place where memory don't forgive and nothing buried truly lives. It's a grave without flowers, without a name, where the past don't fade and don't feel shame. No mourning hands, no tears to show, just silence deeper than we know. I tried to leave, but I couldn't go. Something held me in that hollow, and every breath I dared to take felt like it was theirs to break. No footprints led me to that ground, no voices made a warning sound, just instinct pulling me along, like I had always known I was wrong. The dirt was soft, too soft to trust, like it remembered blood and dust. And every inch beneath my skin said don't dig up what lies within. But something deeper took control, a weight that pressed against my soul. And when I pushed the earth aside, I felt the truth I tried to hide. The sky went dark, the trees stood still, like time itself had lost its will. And every breath became a thread, binding me to what was dead. It's a grave without flowers, without a name, where the past don't fade and don't feel shame. No mourning hands, no tears to show, just silence deeper than we know. I tried to leave, but I couldn't go. Something held me in that hollow, and every breath I dared to take felt like it was theirs to break. I saw a shape beneath the ground, not quite lost, not quite found. No face to know, no form to claim, just something tied to guilt and shame. And in its stillness I could feel a truth too quiet to be real, that this was never just a place, it was a memory I couldn't face. A moment buried deep in time, a single act, a silent crime. No witness left, no trace to see, except the part that lived in me. And then I knew why no one came, why no one spoke or gave a name. Some graves don't need a flower laid, they live in debts that never fade. No stone can mark what can't be told, no prayer can soften what's grown cold. And every lie I tried to keep was planted there too deep, too deep. It's a grave without flowers, without a name, where the past don't fade and don't feel shame. No mourning hands, no tears to show, just silence deeper than we know. I tried to leave, but I understand some things don't rest beneath the land. And now I know what I became, the one who never gave it name. Now I walk where the shadows fall, with no one left to tell it all. No proof, no mark, no final sign, just this quiet weight of mine. And every night when the world goes still, I feel that place beyond my will, calling me back through time and air to stand
beside it there. No flowers bloom, no prayers are said, no peace for what was left for dead. And I remain where truth won't waver, bound to a grave without a flower.
There's water running steady, but it doesn't change a thing. Just moves across the surface like it's afraid to touch the skin. And the light above the basin doesn't flicker, doesn't lie, but it can't erase the feeling of something still inside. I tried to scrub it out in silence till my hands went pale and sore, but the stain don't act like matter, it just settles in the core. Every drop of water falling feels like memory return, like it carries what I'm losing in a way I never learned. There's no visible reminder, no clear shape I can define, but I feel it in the pressure every time I cross the line. No amount of time will break it, no attempt can rearrange it, and every breath I try to take feels like it's already stained. The blood won't wash clean tonight, no wrong erased, no right inside, just something that refuses to leave, no matter what I try to believe. Oh, I scrubbed until I broke, tried to turn it into smoke, but every drop that should have gone just lingers when the water's on. The mirror doesn't show it clearly, but I see it all the same. Not in shape, but in the silence that responds when I say my name. There's no witness left to question, no one left to testify, but the absence feels like knowing something no one can deny. I turn away, it stays behind me. I look down, it's still there too, like it learned to live between what I did and what is true. No truth to fix, no past to change, there's something I can't rearrange, and every step I try to take feels like it's already stained. The blood won't wash clean, I see it was never just on me. No matter how I tried to run, it stayed until the day was done. Oh, I turned the water on till every feeling should be gone, but every drop that falls away still carries what it cannot say. Now don't fight the reflection, let it settle where it will. There's no ending in the cleaning, just a silence growing still. And it isn't punishment speaking, it's just something left to be, like a truth that won't dissolve now in the way I try to be. And in that quiet recognition, with no resistance left to try, I stop calling it a burden and let it occupy. It ain't what wall it takes away, it's what refuses to decay. Every act you try to hide finds a place it can survive, and nothing pure stays untouched by the weight of what it was. So every stain you try to fight becomes a part of your life. The blood won't wash clean, I know it was never meant to go. No matter how I tried to be, it stayed right here inside of me. Oh, I stood still, I let it stay, watch the water run away, and every drop I thought was free still carried what remains of me. Now the same crumbs out of motion, but the feeling
that I made. And if you ever try to clean what refuses to be gone, don't assume it leaves you empty. It might be what you become.
The tires hum on broken ground, where heaven don't make a sound. Just dust and heat and fading light, pulling me into the night. The road don't end, it just declines, through crooked trees and crooked signs. And every mile I lose control feels like it's taking part of my soul. I took this road with no clear plan, just a tired heart and trembling hands. They said don't go where the map runs thin, but I was already deep within. The radio died mid-broken song, like even sound knew something wrong. And every shift of gravel hiss felt like a warning I dismissed. Old barns lean like they've seen too much, like they remember every touch of those who passed and never came back the same, or back the same. The sky went low, the air went thick, like something waited just to hit quick. And every breath I tried to keep pulled me further down the steep. It's a dirt road to damnation I ride, where truth and shadow coincide. No turning back, no guiding flame, just whispers calling out my name. Oh, I tried to steer away from sin, but the road just pulled me in. And every choice I thought was mine leads me further down the line. Lead further down the line. I passed a sign half-eaten through that read no hope for what you do, but someone carved beneath the rust, too late for those who lose their trust. The fields were black with burning grass, like something evil came to pass. And every shadow in the haze looked like it knew my final days. A house stood dead beside the bend, no door, no window to defend, just silence heavier than stone, like it was built to take the loan. The wheels kept rolling slow and grim, like I was being dragged within. And every mile I tried to flee just tightened what was chasing me. It's a dirt road to damnation I ride, where truth and shadow coincide. No turning back, no guiding flame, just whispers calling out my name. Oh, I tried to steer away from sin, but the road just pulled me in. And every choice I thought was mine leads me further down the line. Standing in the haze, not moving, just those hollow stares, like versions of me I abandoned, waiting where the road was landing. They did didn't speak, they didn't move. Just proof of everything I proved, and every step I took before. Now stood outside that broken door. The road ahead just disappeared, but somehow still I stayed near. Like something deeper made me stay, where damnation chose the way. It ain't a place, it ain't a gate, it's every choice we think is fate. Every lie we let survive while we pretend we're still alive. And hell don't always burn or scream, sometimes it looks just like a dream. A road that never lets you turn, but lets you slowly learn to burn. It's a dirt road to damnation, I know, and I can feel there's nowhere to go. No mercy left, no hand to save, just echoes digging every grave. Oh, I tried to fight, I tried to run, but the journey's already done, and every path I thought was free was just the road consuming me. No destination left to find, just endless gravel in my mind. And if you ever hear that sound of tires on forgotten ground, don't follow it, don't chase its call, or you'll lose the road, lose it all. The dust still rises, night still stays. The road don't end, it only plays, and I remain where souls are spun on the dirt road to damnation done. No door that opened, no sudden shift in there, just the feeling something changed without announcing it was there. And the silence didn't break first, it just deepened where I stood, like it knew I'd finally notice what was always misunderstood. I thought I came here alone once, through the quiet, through the dark, but the shadows fell to structure, like they carried someone's mark. Every step I tried to take now had a weight I couldn't name, like the ground was slightly older, in a way that felt the same. There's no voice that calls attention, no form to meet my eyes, just a certainty emerging from the space I can't define. No sound to warn, no line to cross, just something I had already lost. And every breath I try to take feels like it's not mine to make. The devil was waiting there tonight. No fire, no grand disguise, just something standing in the shape of everything I can't escape. Oh, I turned, I tried to flee, but it didn't move.
into the line. It never spoke, it never needed. There was nothing to explain, just a pressure in the distance that followed like a name. Every memory I carried seemed to settle in its place, like it recognized the pattern of my hesitation's face. I tried to look for something different, some sign I could reject, but the absence felt intentional, like it knew what I expect. No truth to fight, no fear to show, just something I already know. And every step I try to claim feels like it calls me by name. The devil was waiting there, I see. It was never apart from me. No matter how I tried to hide, it stayed just on the other side. Oh, I stood still, I didn't move. There was nothing left to prove, and every breath I thought was free was already part of me. Now I don't ask for distance, I let the silence hold its shape. There's no exit I can argue, no version I can escape. It's not hatred, not obsession, it's just presence without end. Like a truth that never left me, only learned to just pretend. And in that quiet recognition, with no separation left to try, I stopped calling it an enemy and let it stand nearby. It ain't a fall, no sudden break, it's what you choose and what you make. Every line you leave unclear finds a place to reappear. And devils don't arrive in flame, they wear the shape of what you claim. So every step you thought was free was already part of me. Devil was waiting there, I know, and never really had to go. No matter how I tried to run, it was already what I'd done. Oh, I stayed, I didn't fight, just let it stand within my sight. And every truth I tried to break was something I already take. Now the dark don't feel like ending, it just feels like what remains. Every silence I once feared now carries familiar strains. And if you ever find it, wait where you thought you stood alone. Don't assume it came to find you, it was always your own home.
There's a low drum beating in my chest tonight, like a worn out engine barely holding tight. Got a cigarette burn where my past should be, and a trail of ghosts walking next to me. I ain't running fast, just a steady fall. Every mile I take feels like last call. There's a cross in flames in my rear view line, but I never stop, I just take my time. And the night leans in like it knows my pace, like it's got my name in a resting place. I'm on a slow ride to the end of mercy, where the road runs dry and the truth runs dirty. Every heartbeat drags like a chain on stone, and the silence hits like I'm not alone. Hear the tires hum like a funeral song for the man I was that's been dead too long. I don't pray, I don't pretend, I just roll till the bitter end. There's a bar still open past 2 a.m. with a broken sign that just says amen. I walked inside but I ain't feel seen, just a hollow man in a dying scene. Bartender said you look half gone. I said hell, I've been since way back when. He just poured me black and slid it slow, like he knew I had nowhere else to go. And the jukebox played something low and thin, like it scratched at the bones beneath my skin. I'm on a slow ride to the end of mercy, where the road runs dry and the truth runs dirty. Every heartbeat drags like a chain on stone, and the silence hits like I'm not alone. Hear the tires hum like a funeral song for the man I was that's been dead too long. I don't pray, I don't pretend, I just roll till the bitter end. There's a woman's voice in the backseat still, says my name like a wound I can't unfeel. I don't turn around, I don't check the glass, but I feel her breath every mile I pass. She says, you remember that rainy night? I grip the wheel but I don't reply, 'cause I see it clear in the passing lights. That moment frozen, that final sight, and the road goes straight but my mind bends back to a single choice I can't unpack. Every mile I drive just circles in, like I never left where it all began. 82 beats and everyone drags like a nail in time I can't pull back. Engine hum like a dying breath, counting down to a quiet death. Now the gas runs low and the sky turns gray, like the world itself's gonna fade away. There's a sign ahead but I can't read, just a blur of doubt and the final need. If there's something waiting at the end of this, it ain't forgiveness, it ain't bliss, just a place where the road gives out and the silence swallows every doubt. I'm on a slow ride to the end of mercy, where the past don't fade and the scars stay dirty. Every breath I take feels borrowed thin, like the dark's already settling in. Hear the engine fade like a last goodbye, under hollow stars in a dead black sky. I don't turn, I don't mend, I just roll till the bitter end. Slow ride, no escape, every mile seals my fate. No light, no release, just a road that never leads to peace. If you see headlights drifting slow at night, but they don't get closer and they don't feel right, don't follow, don't pretend, 'cause some roads don't ever end. There's a creek out back where the water went dry, just a bed of bones in a cracked up sky. It used to run clear when I was a kid, before that night, before what I did. Now the stones sit still like they're holding breath, and the mud's turned black with a taste of death. You can hear it hum if you stand real still, like it's waiting there, like it always will. And the air goes thin when you step too close, like it knows your name better than you know. The creek don't run no more, it just keeps score. Every sin I buried on that broken shore, every word I lied, every truth I killed, still echoes loud in that empty still. Hear it call me back through the hollow ground, like a debt unpaid that I can't outrun. I don't drink, I don't wash, I just stand where the past won't stop. There's a rope still tied to a leaning tree, where the bark's been scarred like it's seen me bleed. I don't recall how it came undone, just the silence after when it was done. There was dirt in my nails and a shaking chest, and a voice in my head saying leave the rest. But the creek went still like it watched me lie, and it hasn't flowed since that night went by. And the wind died out like it couldn't stay, like it feared what I'd done that day. The creek don't run no more, it just keeps score. Every sin I buried on that broken shore, every word I lied, every truth I killed, still echoes loud in that empty still. Hear it call me back through the hollow ground, like a debt unpaid that I can't outrun. I don't drink, I don't wash, I just stand where the past won't stop. Met an old man once by the dried up bend, with a hollow look like he'd reached the end. He said, I've been here since the water died, since the truth went under and refused to rise. I said, why don't you leave this place? He just smiled with a broken face, said, you don't walk off what you tie yourself to. Then he turned and his eyes looked through, and I felt that pull in my chest again, like the creek was crawling beneath my skin. Every breath I took felt thick with blame, like the silence itself spoke my name. I went back there late in the dead of night, with a shovel shaking in pale moonlight. Thought I'd dig it up, let the truth be known, but the ground was hard like it turned to stone. Then a crack ran deep through the dry creek bed, and a whisper rose from the buried dead. You don't dig up what you've become. Now I see reflections where there's no rain, in the empty bed of that lifeless vein. Faces flicker in the broken ground, every one of them makes no sound. And I feel my feet sink slow each day, like the earth itself won't let me stray. If there's mercy left, it ain't for me, just a place where the past won't leave. The creek don't run, but it pulls me in through the cracks of time and the weight of sin. Every step I take just feeds that land, like it's carving truth I can't withstand. Hear it whisper low, you're already mine, through the hollow echo of wasted time. I don't fight, I don't stop, I just wait for the final drop. The creek don't run, it just holds the truth of the man I was and the things I do. Every lie I told still breathes down there in the heavy dark of that empty stare. If there's peace, it dried away, left me here where the dead things stay. I don't live, I don't mourn, I just fade where the creek was born. So if you find that bit of cracked up stone, where the water's gone and the past is gone, don't step down, don't linger long, 'cause the silence there ain't ever wrong, and it won't scream loud, it won't make a sound, it just pulls you slow into the ground. Where the creek don't run, but it drags you down. and the boom. The stones sit still like they're holding breath, and the mud's turned black with a taste of death. You can hear it hum if you stand real still, like it's waiting there, like it always will. And the air goes thin when you step too close, like it knows your name better than you know. The creek don't run no more, it just keeps score. Every sin I buried on that broken shore, every word I lied, every truth I killed, still echoes loud in that empty still. Hear it call me back through the hollow ground, like a debt unpaid that I can't outrun. I don't drink, I don't wash, I just stand where the past won't stop.
There are marks along the surface, too faint to catch at first. Not a stain, not something broken, just a pattern slightly worse. And the light don't quite reveal them, it just bends before it hits, like it knows there's something there. And the devil's fingerprints. Moments when the room was standing still, not enough to draw attention, but enough to break the will. Every line a quiet pressure, every curve a subtle trace, like a hand had moved across it without ever leaving space. There's no origin to follow, no direction I can name, but they show up where I'm looking just before I look away. No voice to call, no shape to see, just something pressed on everything. And every thought I try to clear feels like it's already here. It's the devil's fingerprints tonight, no shadow cast, no form in sight, just something written in the seams of everything I thought was clean. No, I tried to wipe them off, deny every place they might apply, but every surface I could find held the same familiar sign. I washed the glass until it blurred, still the pattern settled in. Not on top, not underneath, but somewhere just beneath the skin. There's no smudge I can remove now, no edge I can define, just a sense that something touched it, and it's echoing in mine. I see it in the smallest fractures, in the way the silence bends, like a presence without presence that refuses to pretend. No thread to pull, no proof to break, just something every thought will take. And every time I try to stand, feels like I'm following a hand. It's the devil's fingerprints tonight, no wrong declared, no proven right, just something etched in every line that I can't leave behind. No, I tried to divide what was mine from what implied, but every boundary I drew still carry traces running through. Stood still in the reflection, tried to see where it began, but the glass just held me steady, like it didn't understand. No mark across my face or body, nothing visible to claim, but the way I held my silence felt like part of
was something framed, and in that quiet realization, with no place left to defend, I stopped searching for the source and felt it in my hands. It ain't a force that pulls you in, it's what you let remain within. Every doubt you leave to sit finds a way to mark with it. And fingerprints don't need to show, they settle deeper than you know. So every truth you try to clean still carries where it's been. It's the devil's fingerprints I see, they were never outside me. No matter how I tried to hide, they were written in the lines. So I ran, I tried to deny, but they followed every try. And every place I thought was new still held the same familiar view. Now the surface looks unbroken, but I know what lingers there. Every line and every silence feels like something I can't clear. And if you ever try to erase something you don't understand, don't look out across the surface. You might find it in your hands.
Soft and low, lay down boy, just let go. But I ain't built to break that way. I'll rise again come judgment day. 'Cause no grave can hold me down. I climb back up from underground, through the dust and through the storm. I'll find my way back home when the dead stop making sound. There's a crack in the Sunday silence where the hymns don't quite hold true. Not a storm, not something spoken, just a break that slipped right through. And the air inside the chapel feels heavier than before, like a sound still caught between us, settled deep into the floor. I was raised where the lines were certain, black and white, no in between. Every word was something sacred, every doubt was rarely seen. But something shifted in a moment, too fast to understand. Like a truth we thought was solid slipped right through a steady hand. There's no mark upon the pages, no tear I can define, but the meaning feels unsteady every time I read a line. No voice to blame, no face to see, just something breaking quietly. And every breath I try to take feels like a faith I couldn't fake. There's a bullet in the Bible belt tonight, no clear wrong, no clear right, just something tearing through the calm, leaving silence in its wake. Oh, I tried to hold it all in place, every word, every sacred space, but every truth I thought was whole came apart beyond control. The pews still stand in perfect order, but they don't feel like they did. Every prayer sounds slightly hollow, like it's something we forbid. There's a tension in the stillness, like a question left too long, and it echoes through the structure, even when we sing the song. No one speaks about the fracture, no one dares to name the shift, but you see it in the glances, like a weight we cannot lift. No line to cross, no truth to claim, just
bending under strain, and every word we try to say feels like it's slipping out of place. There's a bullet in the Bible belt tonight, not in flesh but in the light. Just something cutting through belief without a wound that brings relief. Oh, I turned, I tried to defend every start, every end, but every answer I held tight fell apart without a fight. I stood still inside the doorway, let the silence settle in. Tried to find what had been taken, tried to trace where it had been, but there's no single point of breaking, no clear moment I can name. Just a slow and steady fracturing that won't ever be the same. And in that quiet, heavy knowing, with no ground left to compel, I stopped looking for the damage and felt it ringing like a bell. It ain't the sound that splits the air, it's what you realize was never there. Every truth you never test can fracture under quiet stress. And faith don't fall in fire or flame, it shifts in ways you cannot name. So every doubt you push aside finds a place where it can hide. There's a bullet and now I see it was never meant to be. No matter how I held it tight, it was already losing light. Oh, I tried to make it stay, tried to keep the cracks away, but every truth I tried to say was something I could never cage. Now the chapel's standing empty, but the silence still remains. Every word I thought was certain feels like something rearranged. And if you ever hear that breaking in a place you thought was safe, don't look out for where it started. It might be written in your fate. Like a dying breath, dragging steel across what's left. No station sign, no final call, just empty tracks and nothing at all. The headlights cut through dust and air, but there ain't no destination there. And every mile that disappears just echoes back through all these years. I bought a ticket I didn't need, paid in regret and silent greed. The conductor didn't ask my name, like it wouldn't matter all the same. The seats all on, the windows cracked, like time itself can't double back. And every face I try to see turns away slowly from me. The train don't stop, it don't slow down, it don't care who's lost or found. And every track it rides along feels like somewhere I went wrong. No map to read, no path to trace, just movement without a place. And every breath I try to take feels like a quiet, slow mistake. This is the last ride to nowhere tonight. No end in sight, no wrong or right, just endless motion, cold and bare, going somewhere that ain't there. Oh, I tried to turn, I tried to stand, but nothing moves at my command. And every mile I can't ignore feels like I've ridden this before. The whistle cries, but no one hears. It cuts through silence, not through ears.
like it's calling something lost that vanished long before the cost. A suitcase sits beside my feet, filled with things I couldn't keep. Every letter, every name, just fragments that won't stay the same. I catch my face in passing glass, blurring like a fading past. And for a second I can tell I don't know me that well. The wheels don't rest, they only grind against the rails inside my mind. And every thought I try to send just circles back again. This is the last ride to nowhere tonight. No end in sight, no wrong or right, just endless motion, cold and bare, going somewhere that ain't there. Oh, I tried to turn, I tried to stand, but nothing moves at my command. And every mile I can't ignore feels like I've ridden this before. I walk the aisle, no doors to find, just empty rows and fading signs. No exit sign, no light ahead, just something pulling me instead. The conductor stands at the far end, not foe, not guide, not even friend. He tips his hat but doesn't speak, like answers are too weak to seek. And in that stillness, cold and drawn, I realize what I've been on. Not a train, not rails, not steel, but something I can't quite reveal. It ain't the road, it ain't the track, it's every step you can't take back. Every choice you let remain becomes a different kind of train. And nowhere ain't a place you go, it's something deep you come to know. When all the paths you tried before don't lead anywhere anymore. This is the last ride to nowhere I see, and it's been waiting here for me. No turning back, no getting off, just endless line I can't uncross. Oh, I tried to leave, I tried to flee, but the ride is part of me. And every mile I thought I knew just fades into a darker view. Now I don't fight, I don't pretend, I ride this line that doesn't end. No past to claim, no truth to swear, just motion, going nowhere. And if you ever hear that sound, steel on rails with no town around, don't climb aboard, don't take the fare, or you'll be riding nowhere. The engine fades, the tracks run thin, something keeps me locked within, and I remain where echoes pour on the last ride to nowhere. Your churchyard gates scream in the night, rusted chains rattle in the pale moonlight. Every ghost has a story to defend, everyone we carry never truly mends. Crosses standing in the midnight wind, silent witnesses of blood and sin. Crosses standing in the midnight wind, guarding souls that will never rise again. Crosses standing in the midnight wind, where prayers fall quiet and hope runs thin. The dead still whisper where the dark begins. My crosses are standing. The engine hums like a dying breath, dragging steel across what's left. No station sign, no fine.
The wind went quiet in the fields, like even earth refused to yield. No crickets sang, no dogs would call, just silence swallowing it all. The porch light flickered pale and thin, like it knew what I was in. I didn't speak it out loud, but something moved through every crowd, from hollow towns to river bends, where every story never ends. The rumor traveled slow and low through places only ghosts would go, and every mile of broken ground seemed to repeat the sound. No telegram, no written word, just something everyone had heard, like truth don't need a name or face to find its rightful place. The trees leaned in, the fields went still, like they were part of some larger will, and every breath I tried to keep just fell into the deep. The South heard what I did that night and turned away from the light. No place to run, no place to hide, just judgment spreading wide. Oh, I tried to leave, I tried to flee, but it followed after me. And every road I try to take still knows the price I made. The church bell stopped mid-final ring, like even faith forgot to sing, and every preacher turned his eyes away from what the truth implied. The rivers ran a little dry, like they refused to testify, and every shadow on the ground seemed to lean into the sound. The town don't shout, it just declines to ever draw a final line. It lets the silence do the work where guilt begins to learn. The wind don't judge, it just repeats what memory came to be. And every step I try to hide just brings you to my side. The South heard what I did and wouldn't sleep. It kept it buried in the deep. No mercy left, no alibi, just whispers under sky. Oh, I tried to run, I tried to stay, but it all gave me away. And every breath I try to find still carries what I left behind. Now every porch I pass at night feels like it knows I'm in its sight. Not spoken loud, not carved in stone, but something I have always known. The land remembers every sin and folds it gently deep within, till everything you thought was gone still echoes on and on. And I can feel it when I breathe. The South don't ever really leave. It ain't the towns, it ain't the trees, it's everything that hears and sees. Every truth we try to keep still roams the southern deep. And secrets don't just fade away, they learn the land, they learn to stay, till everything you try to hide becomes the earth's inside. The South heard what I did for me, and I don't think I'm still free. No road ahead, no place behind, just echoes in my mind.
speak, I don't pretend. I let the silence never end. No truth to fix, no lie to bind, just something to look behind. And if you ever feel that hush where even night don't rush, don't say a word, don't meet its eye, or the South will know you lie. The wind still waits, the fields stay dim, but something never leaves within. And I remain where echoes bid. The South still knows what I did.
Shut soft, but it called me empty. Your echo stayed, I couldn't sleep. Your footsteps faded down the hall like I was nothing after all. The room went cold, the clock stood still. My breath felt heavier than guilt. I said your name and lost its sound, just staring shadows all around. Waited for the world to speak, but nothing answered back to me. I spoke to silence after you left, and knew my sins and knew my regrets. The wind was humming through the broken pines, like it knew my name but forgot the time. Headlights flicker on a midnight grave, and the radio sings like a ghost I saved. There's a bottle half dead on the passenger seat, and a map that's folded where the edges meet. I swear I saw heaven on the same old road, but it vanished fast when the cold wind blew. I left my home when the skies turned black, with a pocket full of dust and no way back. Mama said, boy, don't trust that road. It takes your name and leaves your soul. But I laughed like fire in a summer storm, said I'd outrun every shape I was born. So I kissed goodbye to the porch light glow, and I followed where the wild winds go. The tires screamed on the gravel night, like they knew the truth I was trying to hide. Every mile felt just the same, like a loop confession without a name. I saw a preacher at a gas station light, said, son, you're drifting out of sight. But his eyes were hollow, his hands were cold, like he'd been driving this road too long to hold. This is a road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear
begins again. I met a man with a rusted car. Said he used to chase every falling star. Now he counts the cracks in his worn-out dash, like the memories that fade too fast. He said, son, don't trust the yellow signs. They lie in shadows and crooked lines. Every promise here is a buried lie. Every goodbye just learns to lie. We shared a drink by the roadside ditch, where the water hummed like a broken switch. He said, I've been here since I don't know when, and I knew I'd see him again and again. The moon was a bruise in a tired sky as I watched my reflection pass me by, and it winked like it knew what I'd become. A ghost with a tank that's never full of sun. This is the road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear I hear my name in the wind, but the road just bends and begins again. There was a town that I almost knew, with a church bell ringing through the blue, but the doors were locked and the windows cracked, like they'd seen too many souls pass by. A woman stood with a cigarette burn, said every traveler never learns. They think they're running from what they are, but they're just circling the same damn scars. She touched my hand and it turned to dust, like everything here forgets to trust. And when I blinked she was gone, like smoke, just a voice inside what the silence spoke. I tried to stop but the wheels won't break. They keep on dragging me night and day. The engine moans like a dying hymn as the edges of the world grow thin. I see my house in the rearview glass, but it flickers like it was never my past. Just a trick of light, just a borrowed dream, slipping away at the seams between. This is the road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear I hear my name in the wind, but the road just bends and begins again. The door shut soft, but it cold me empty. Your echo stayed, I couldn't sleep. Your footsteps faded down the hall, like I was nothing after all. The room went cold, the clock stood still. My breath felt heavier than guilt. I said your name and lost its sound, just staring shadows all around. The morning broke in broken light, through stained glass stained with last night's fight. The wind stood still, the world stood bare, like it knew what wasn't there. And far away, too faint to be, a bell that rings too late for me. A hollow sound, a fading fate. The church bells rang too late. I walked the road that led me back,
flashing gravel faded tracks, where every step I tried to take still carried what I couldn't shake. The church stood tall but looked away, like it had nothing left to say. The doors were shut but I could hear the echo of a buried prayer. The pews were empty, cold and torn, like they had long since been forlorn. And every cross upon the wall looked like it couldn't stand at all. I knelt down slow in silent dread, with all the words I never said, and every breath I tried to keep just sank down deeper into me. The church bells rang too late for me, when truth was already buried deep. No holy hand, no saving grace could reach me in that empty place. Oh, I tried to call out through the night, but nothing came to set it right. And every sin I tried to fake still echoes in the steps I take. The preacher's book lay open wide, with pages burned and black inside, like someone tried to write again a truth that wouldn't fit in sin. The altar cracked beneath the weight of promises it couldn't make, and every candle burned too low, like even faith refused to glow. I saw my name carved in the wood, not how it was, but how it should have ended long before I came to kneel before a hollow named the air, when still the dust stood high